So in this video, I'm going to talk about Lambda grinders again. I did make a video talking about it. However, because North America PSO2 is a thing, most likely some players or people are clicking on that video and they don't see something that is close to what's going on in the North America PSO2. And also in that video, I haven't really given a disclaimer and said like, hey, look, I'm using the Japanese PSO2 as a reference. So the thing about this video is it's going to be a universal thing. It's going to talk about North America. Hopefully they start to add a bunch of content I'm going to mention in the Japanese half. But for the first half of this video, it's going to be for the North America version. If you want to see the other stuff, the Japanese side of things, you can look in the description. There will be a time skip. So these Lambda grinders, I can't remember if you had to use them for the new units, but you definitely need to use these grinders, these specific grinders for 13 star, 14 star, and 15 star upgrade. However, when it comes to these upgrades, you're gonna need a decent amount of them to get it to plus, I don't know, 30 or plus 35, whatever max rarity grind value you got. And when it comes to North America PSO2, I am playing on North America PSO2 for a tiny bit, or I just have it on hand. I decided to look around, and there's only a couple methods to get these Lambda grinders. You can go into the recycle shop to get these Lambda grinders. You can go to the Excube shop. You can trade in Excubes to get them. What other things? The casino, for example. You could trade in some of your casino coins to get these things. The battle pass will have them. The ARKS missions will have it. Sometimes the title will give it out to you. But that's it. When it comes to a natural drop, it is... I don't know if it drops in Ultimate Quest. I highly doubt it. They started to add Lambda grinders as a drop when the Gal Griffin was showcased, but you guys don't even have that quest. And when it comes to what North America PSO2 is going through, it's kind of like a bunch of episode 1 content, but still a bunch of episode 2 content, but they somehow sprinkle in episode 3 as well. It's not following what I remembered in the Japanese PSO2, obviously, but hey, look, they added a lot of good features when it comes to the North America PSO2, so be thankful about that. Now, here's the thing when it comes to upgrading your weapon. You may want to keep this in mind because this is just a general approach of how you want to upgrade the 13 star, 14 star, 15 stars you might have on you, and you do new type grinding. Understand that when it comes to unit upgrades, they are technically old type grinding. You might be wondering, what the hell is that? What is old type grinding? What's the difference between them? I'll talk about that in a separate video. It is a work in progress. But let me go back on topic. So when it comes to new type grinding, there is no way you can fuck it up. You fuck it up, I'm going to ask you how you fuck it up. But when it comes to new type grinding, especially on a 13 star, 14 star, 15 star, you want to indirectly feed something so you can get that grind level. For example, you'll most likely see the video in the description or in the upper right hand corner. You'll see a bunch of footage right now about it. But what you want to do is indirectly feed a lower rarity weapon into the 13 star, 14 star, 15 star. For example, let's say you have a NOX weapon. They are very handy for a while until you get your hands on a 13 star, 14 star, 15 star. What you want to do with that NOX weapon though is get it to at least plus 30. And the thing about the 12 star weapons is that you can feed a bunch of grinders instead of Lambda grinders. Lambda grinders start to become a thing when you try to upgrade a 13 star, 14 star, 15 star. When it comes to the 12 star weapons, you use regular grinders. So you get this NOX weapon to plus 30, then you feed that NOX weapon into the 13 star, 14 star, 15 star. Your objective is try to get to the next plus 10, plus 20, plus 30. Once you hit those ground levels, you are good to go. And if you're able to, you can try to push from plus 30 to plus 35. However, you'll need a couple more NOX weapons for it. The reason why you want to feed it a NOX weapon that's already grinded out is because you'll be saving a decent amount of Lambda grinders. If you decide to go the straightforward method and just put all of the items into, or like let's say you manually feed the 13 star, 14 star, 15 star, you're eating up a lot of Lambda grinders. If you're playing on North America PSO2, I would advise you not to use this method unless you got a bunch of them. When it comes to Japanese PSO2, they drop. I don't want to say they drop like candy, but they will drop upon completion of certain quests, some emergency trials. It's RNG, but you will get them as a drop when it comes to end game quests. There's another feature that I want to highlight as well, but Let's go into a bit of spoilers. So that's it for the North America half. If you got any question, comment, concern, put it down below. So this next half is going to talk about the Japanese side of things, and let me just state that when it comes to these grinders, they're a piece of cake. You can get them easily. There is an exploit as well, along with the fact that your carriers can actually get them on a regular basis or on a weekly basis. Zig's client orders are a very good way to get Lambda grinders. I am going to the first, I think 5. I might be wrong on the number, it could be 6. Client orders that you see on the screen will help me get these certain seals. Now once I have these seals, I can trade them in for a particular item, and for the other exchange tab for Zig, you'll see that I can trade them in for Lambda grinders, and yes, I can get that much Lambda grinders. This is what I did in the past to get them, and it's a lot. It's stacked over the years. So yeah, that's one way to go about it. Another way is ARKS missions, obviously. I don't know if the North America PSO2 have it, because they don't even have the keys. And once again, when it comes to most in-game content quests, they will drop Lambda grinders here and there. You'll see a bunch of my old footage from like other YouTube videos that displays like the list that I got when I finish a quest. But yeah, when it comes to Japanese PSO2, they implemented this feature upon the release of 13 stars. There was no reason for North America PSO2 not to have Zig's client orders, which were the main way to get Lambda grinders. I don't know why they didn't implement it. If it was because of O-type crafting, then I call bullshit on that, because there's 2 particular items that you want for O-type crafting, and they are very useful when it comes to endgame content in PSO2. But yeah, that's it for this video. If you got any question, comment, concerns, put it down below. That's it for this video. I didn't want to redo this video, but at the same time, I kind of knew why it was getting likes and dislikes. Obviously, because people are playing in North America and they want to see stuff in North America, but this is just a universal thing because it's in both games. It is part of endgame content, so hopefully this kind of distinguishes that fine line, like, hey, look, this is North America. Hey, look, here's the Japanese side of things. There you go. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.